Sometimes I really wish I was able to splice videos together like these professionals do. Proverbs 17, I would put on this one the clumps from The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. Because the way he was in that movie when he brought his date over, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what this reminds me of. Better as a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of feasting with strife. Cletus, I'd kick your butt. I'm like, I can imagine that, but of course, that's funny. There's things that have been much worse, of course. So if you're thinking, you know, like, oh, and also like the Christmas Story or the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, he wanted a house full of people, but man, that was a disaster ready to happen. I know it turned out good in the long run, but that's called fiction. So better is a dry morsel with quietness than a full house of feasting, or a house full of feasting with strife. Is your house full of strife today? I know it could be from, you know, people not getting along, people not forgiving each other, or it could be like in my household where we have, you know, dementia, where some days it's good and some days it's just like he don't remember anything, and he's like, why am I here? You know, that's a different story altogether. I mean, I wish there was a cure for this, but so far there's not. So, you know, there's some things you can control in your life. So how do you get a house full of strife? Be selfish, be self-motivated, be self-centered, have everything your way. How do you have a house full of not strife? Learn to get along with people, share, don't be selfish, you know, try to help other people, and, you know, like whenever they're trying to sleep, be quiet. And I can go on all day, but you understand, just try to get along and don't hold grudges. I mean, if you hold grudges, you'll never get through it. I try to record my stuff whenever I'm woken up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I need to get some kind of like electric diary where I can record it so I can just keep up with this information and give it to the doctor. The only reason I'm holding on to it is give it to the doctor. I don't want to hold on to any grudges. I want to move on in my life. If you hold on to grudges, it will eat you from the inside. And I know that's how a lot of people feel. So if you see me post something, it's not because I'm like, I'm just trying to make sure I record it, and I probably need to go back and delete those. I need to get it on the information together, and then, you know, because the doctor doesn't live here. He doesn't see what's going on, and he needs to understand so we can get the right medications. That's the main reason. But anyway, if your house is full of strife today, what can you do to make it better? Make a list, see what you can compromise on, see what you can't compromise on. I can compromise on certain things, but there's some things like, no. We're not going to put food all over the house. We're not going to chase cats down. We're not going to do this. There's certain things I will not compromise, but, you know, what can you compromise on? All right. Make sure you can understand that you got to give a little bit to get a little bit, especially with people who are not, that are in their full minds. Okay. All right. You have a great day, and just word of knowledge from the Bible.